Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on my video today. So I recently discovered a new foundation from Revlon, and I personally haven't tried too many products from Revlon. So Revlon is a pretty new brand to me personally, but I mean they've been around for so many years. So I recently discovered a brand new foundation called Colorstay Full Cover Foundation from Revlon, of course. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, which is just Jessica_van Heerden, you would have heard me talk about this foundation so many times, and I thought I would just spread the love and just share this foundation with you, because I have honestly worn this foundation for 3 weeks non-stop. I didn't reach for a different foundation. I always found myself gravitating towards this foundation. It looked so beautiful on the skin, so I'm not going to spoil it any further. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this foundation, show you how I apply it, and then also just bring you along my day, check in with you guys, show you how it wears, and then also I'm going to go do a workout a little bit later on. I'm going to go to Switch Playground, and I have heard that they make you sweat like really badly, so I'm excited to put this foundation to the full test. So first, let me tell you a little bit more on how I applied the foundation. So apparently you don't need a primer or powder or setting spray with this foundation. I personally just love the process of priming, foundation, powder, and setting spray. So I went in with this Revlon Photo Ready Prep, Set, and Refresh spray just to prime my skin. I did apply my moisturizer this morning, so my skin was moisturized to begin with, and then I just went in with a little bit of this. I actually really love this priming and setting spray. The mister is amazing, you guys. It is so fine, and I just really like the way it mists. I mean, that's one of the things that I hate when it comes to priming and setting sprays, is if the mist is like too concentrated. It needs to be like a fairy mist, if you know what I mean. So straight after that, I went in with my Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation, the star of the show. And when I have a little bit of a bronzy tan going, I am shade 200, but when I'm my natural pale skin tone, I am shade 150. The foundation comes in 14 shades, you guys. How incredible is that? I have 10 of the shades with me today that I can show you. So it comes in 14 shades: natural beige, true beige, nude, sand beige, medium beige, buff, natural tan, warm golden, early tan, toast, mahogany, almond, caramel, and rich ginger. So the packaging is pretty cool. I love the design on the front, and I love the fact that it is kind of like a travel friendly container. It's a 30ml foundation, and it comes in this kind of like a squeezy tube with a lid, and I love the formula, you guys. It is a whipped foundation formula, and it has almost like a whipped satiny finish. It is so cool, and it's just so fun to apply. And even though it is kind of like a whipped matte moussey type of full coverage finish effect, it is very lightweight. You barely feel it on the skin. So to apply the foundation, I used 2 methods for you guys, because I know that some of you use a brush and some of you use your hands. I actually use 3 methods, which I will show you in a second, and I know some of you use a damp beauty sponge. So I used my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and in my opinion, most foundations, especially liquid foundations, are not suited to this brush, but for like a little bit more of a thicker whipped texture, this brush is perfect, and you'll get away with blending this foundation into the skin very easily. And then on the other side, I used my damp beauty sponge, which in my opinion is just my preferred way to apply foundation. And because the formula of this foundation is kind of like a air whipped satiny finish, the beauty sponge does not soak up anything because it's too thick for the beauty sponge to kind of like soak up. So I love that, so you don't waste any any foundation. And to completely put the foundation to the test, I took shade 150 and I used that in my T-zone to kind of highlight, and then I used shade 430 in kind of like my contouring areas, just to give a little bit more of a snatched bronzy look. So you can also do that if you have a couple of shades. I just wanted to put the foundation to the ultimate test and not use like concealers or anything, so I just used this foundation on my skin. I grabbed this Revlon Photo Ready Insta Sculpt palette and I took this white, I don't know, it's kind of like a white shade, and I put a little bit of that under my eyes, and then I just took the two bottom contouring shades. They are very similar, they have the slightest difference in them, and I just kind of bronzed up my skin and did a little bit of bronzing and contouring, and then I took this little pinky iridescent shimmer shade for my blush. And then for a little bit of a sun-kissed look, I used the Sunlight Dream palette. It is a highlighting palette, and I used the goldeny shade over here just on the tops of my cheeks, my temples, and a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then I finished it off with another spritz of that Revlon Photo Ready Prime Set and Refresh spray. Okay, so just a couple of key features for the Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation. It retails for 179 Rand for my South African girls, and you can get it at Edgar's Beauty, Dis-Chem and Plex for my international girls. I will have a link for you down below as well, but I would think that this foundation is such a steal. It is so affordable, especially for the quality of the foundation. And then the foundation claims to last up to 24 hours. Now, I personally don't wear makeup for that long. I don't think most people do. I think the average makeup wear is around 9 hours, but I'm gonna push it and see how long I can wear this foundation, so you'll have to keep watching in order to see how far I came. And then it also claims to have a whipped, smooth, lightweight finish, and I would agree with that 100%. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. It feels so lightweight, so airy and whipped. It's also so fun to apply. It's like no other foundation I've ever tried, and you guys have to give it a try. I would honestly recommend this foundation because I've obviously tried it a couple of times, but the real test is going to be how long it wears, if it stands through this heat today, and also through my workout. So yeah, it also claims that it has a built-in primer and that you don't need powder or setting spray. I have tried the foundation without those things, and I was in such a rush that day. And the foundation held up pretty well. I mean, I didn't have any problems with separation or anything like that. But I just love the process of primer, foundation, powder, and setting spray. I just love the whole process of baking a cake, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think let us put this foundation to the test. I'm currently sitting in front of a big window in my bedroom, and then I have a ring light in the corner just to give me some extra light and a little bit of extra help. But I'm gonna switch my ring light off now so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, so there you can see what the foundation looks like with just a little bit of a window in front of me. A little bit, it's a big window actually. But this is also a close-up of what the foundation looks like. It is very hot, so I'm already sweating. Okay, so this is the foundation in natural lighting. I still think it looks amazing. Sometimes ring lights can make the foundation look better than it is, or sometimes it can make it look worse, because in all fairness, we don't have ring lights or artificial lighting on our faces all the time. So I wanted to show you what the foundation looks like in real natural light. So I'm gonna go about my day. I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So I am ready for my workout. It is now, I think, just after 3 o'clock. So I am going to request an Uber and then head to Switch Playground.
Place too long. to be moving on. Yes, it is. Got no regrets. Ain't nothing gonna wrong. It's just me following the line that the stars have drawn. That's why
I nearly died. I really worked out, like I really tried hard.
Break out in the sweat, so
Oops. I don't sweat that easily, that's why I put on a long sleeve top. Let's see. So, hey, did it last? Well, you were late.
I was.
You were not
but
even
even
sweating.
after the 30 minutes, but I don't sweat very.
That's why I wore a long sleeve top.
Yeah. But even after the 30 minutes, I feel like my face is coming off.
That was really hard. It's harder with a full face of makeup on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the verdict. Vonga and I chatted like literally
For an hour.
for like 30 minutes to an hour after the class, and we got time to like cool off, and this is kind of like my check-in. What is the time now, Vonga?
Right now it's 18:28.
Yeah, so it's 6:30 right now, and I am headed to dinner. So this is my check-in for my foundation. You guys, I literally sweated my ass off. Like I literally worked so hard for you guys, and there's a little direct sunlight shot for you as well. But yeah, that's my 6:30 check-in. So I am about to jump into the shower. My liefie, you loaded?
Elfie.
There's no elf, haha.
10:11.
10 minutes past 11, and I have officially worn this foundation for 12 hours. Goodness gracious, I don't think I ever wear foundation that long, nevertheless makeup. So yeah, this is my final check-in. I applied this foundation at 11 o'clock this morning. It is now 10 past 11 at night, and I, you know, have done normal things. I have eaten, all of that. I went through the most intense workout I have experienced in probably 2 years, so that was pretty intense, and I'm probably gonna feel it tomorrow. My legs are literally cramping, and I literally just want to roll everywhere because I can barely walk. I'm not even kidding, I'm that serious. I literally pushed myself because I wanted to, you know, build up a sweat and just have a good workout so that I can sweat properly. I personally don't sweat. That's why I wore a long sleeve top, so that I can kind of, you know, make myself all hot so that I would sweat even more. And yeah, I think this foundation held up pretty well. This is my final check-in. I kind of rubbed my nose earlier. I went like this and I was like, whoops, I have makeup on. I normally don't do that when I have makeup on, but it looks like it's still on. What think you? Looks perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thanks, my angel. Okay, so I'm going to jump into a shower. In my previous foundation video, I showed you guys a clip in the shower. So I'm going to ask Bren to take a clip of me as I get into the shower, so you can kind of see my face literally dripping in water, so we can see if it can withhold or stand water. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean.
No.